What did you learn from those artists? Because a lot of people think artists just gets expressed and it's not a craft, but it seems like you take it as a craft.
Yeah, certainly the craft is critical. Like you can't, I think skill in anything, there's merit to that. And so an artist should be able to draw, or a painter should be able to draw or paint, for example. A photographer, you need to get the exposure right. I'm going to trust that these cameras are focused properly. Like that is, I call that the sort of the get in the door. It's,
yeah.
And
you hammer on about this. You must be good in your craft.
Yeah.
Otherwise, nothing else I say applies.
For
right?
sure. But when, like, assume that we're good at our craft, and then that's really where the game is sort of a weird word to use there, but that's where the game starts. And what are you going to do that is, because it's a noisy world, and again, I tend to step away from zero-sum games are not interesting to me. I'd rather make the pie much larger, and we can talk about that later. But being different, especially in the world of art as a professional, is the name of the game. And the thing that I have tried to emphasize in the past without being pedantic is, it's like, what can you do that no one else in the world could do? And I'm not talking about technically executed. I'm talking about technical execution plus a point of view. So what point of view do you have that would make someone stop and just stand in front of whatever you've made? And when I'm saying, like, I'm using art, but it could also be a Tesla, because that's a beautiful thing. It can be a product, it can be an iPhone. Like, what is it that when people see it, they stop and go, wow, that's powerful? And without a doubt, a key ingredient is that only you could make this thing, because that perspective is just different enough, or in the particular lies the universal. There's your particular experience growing up as a kid in this thing, and when this thing happened, and that's what you're painting or creating a song about or whatever. It might not be the exact thing that 10,000 or 100,000 or a million people experienced, but it's close enough that they say, wow, that's impactful because my life was close. Like there's a thing where we're connected, and the phrase is, in the particular lies the universal. And if you tell your particular point of view really, really well, and again, that's not out here. This is like, who could take a picture of the Grand Canyon? Well, everybody could take a picture of the Grand Canyon. So I'm not saying don't take a picture of the Grand Canyon, but is there a thing that only you can do, given your skill set, where you are in life, that access to technology that you have, the connection to the earth? If you're a First Nations people and your family came from that region, do you have special insights, that time of day or plant life, or like there's like, what is different? What can you bring to the table? And I think that's a huge differentiator, is right. Take a picture that no one else in the world could take. And if it's of the Grand Canyon, then you have to put your personal filter on it, because there's lots of people have taken pictures of all of the stuff that you see around here. But there's really only one person who's lived the life that you've lived and looked at the world through the lens that you look at it, that had your childhood experience, your, growing up with Star Wars or Boba Fett, or I don't even know. Like, so how can you incorporate Boba Fett into the photograph of the Grand Canyon? Now it's getting weird, man.
To watch the rest of this fascinating interview, click on the link below and go to londonreelacademy.com. There you can sign in with your social media login and watch the rest of the episode for free, along with all of our episodes on London Real, my webinars, and all of our premium content, all located over at londonreelacademy.com. So click on the link below, you'll be directed there, and you can watch the rest of this fascinating interview, and I'll see you there.